row, and we were just reminiscing on one of the first conventions. The first convention when I was running was 1982. I was here, I worked for my uncle well before that in the presidential convention. The first campaign I was running in 1982, and we remember my brother overslept and our table didn't get set up and our signs weren't set up. We were feeling a little lonely then, but you know, now I have all of you with me, and I have Jill here, so thank you to our two speakers here. Christine Pelosi is a very good friend of ours, and I love her mom. She's great. Woo! And Antonio, I want to thank you for getting the Udall name out there twice. Mi primo is very important to me, Mark. All of you here, and especially the ones in the back that can't even see me, Valencia County and all those other counties back there in the back, a shout out to you. You folks are the heart and soul of our Democratic Party, and I can't say thank you enough for all of the hard work that you have done. The teachers, the workers, the educational employees, the conservationists, the men, the women, all of you have given so much. And I want to thank you for what you did for me in 2008 and what you did for Barack Obama. It was that effort and your hard work that made it for the first time in 36 years. We had Democrats at every level, every office at the federal government. All of the offices, U.S. Senate, our House delegation, you did that. You did that. And in 2012, we're going to do it again, aren't we? With Hector Balderas and Martin Heinrich, are we going to make sure we hold that U.S. Senate seat? And we're going to win. We are going to win the House seat right here in Albuquerque. We have terrific candidates. And Michelle Lujan Grisham, Eric Griego, Marty Chavez. And the best thing about all of these candidates is they're keeping it clean and they're not saying bad things about Democrats. That's how we win. That's how we win. I want to say a couple of words about President Obama, and I agree with Antonio. I think it's going to be close, and I think we're a battleground state. But one of the things that you have to remember, and we forget it a little bit now, because in that first 2 years, we had a Democratic Congress, and we had a Democratic president, and we got a lot of good things done. And part of our, you bet we did. You remember them, right? You remember them. Health care for 30 million more Americans. That was part of our agenda. We didn't get everything we want. We didn't get the public option, but we got additional people into the healthcare system. Senator Jeff Bingaman figured out a way to get the best public lands conservation bill in 25 years. That's an accomplishment of the President and the Congress first 2 years. Labor and working people united behind the Lilly Ledbetter bill. You remember that? Lilly Ledbetter. Equal pay for women. We rolled back the Supreme Court. Rolled back the Supreme Court. And Dodd-Frank, taking on the big banks and Wall Street. Too big to fail. You remember that? Too big to fail? That's no longer the case. We put legislation in place. So those are just a couple of the accomplishments. But what we need to remember when we go out there into this election is the good things that we have done. That first 2 years. And then point out to everybody what Mitch McConnell and his filibusters and the Republican leadership have done the second 2 years, which is very little, if nothing. Filibusters, delay, obstruction, on and on and on. So there's the contrast. Move America forward or do nothing. And that's a message we can win, folks. That's a message we can win. It's a message we can take to the American people and the New Mexicans in this election. But, you know, today really in a very emotional day for me is Jeff Bingaman's day. This is Jeff Bingaman's day. This is going to be Jeff's last Democratic convention, folks. His last Democratic convention as our senior U.S. Senator. And what a remarkable 34 years of public service. State Attorney General 4 years, 30 years in the United States Senate. And think of how Jeff Bingaman has served in that 34 years. With honesty, honest as the day is long, that's Jeff Bingaman. With integrity, if there's anything that the word integrity means, it's Jeff Bingaman. And then Jeff's contributions on the really serious issues that face New Mexico and face our country. Chairman of the Energy Committee, passing legislation, conservation legislation, all of the energy bills in the last decade, Jeff Bingaman authored them. Healthcare, he was one of 6 that helped us. What's going to happen, 300,000 to 400,000 New Mexicans who didn't have health care as we move forward with the Affordable Care Act are going to have health care. And Jeff Bingaman had an awful lot to do with that. So this is Jeff Bingaman's day, folks. He's going to talk to you now, and stand up and give him a hoot and holler for the great job he has done for our wonderful state of New Mexico.